So if the candidacy could somehow become a conduit for emphasizing, you're right, the diversity of the state, but also the commonality of folks. Because when I was up in the UP talking to a farmer, he kept talking to me about the same thing a single mom in Mack and Drexel was talking to me about. How can I afford to live? Cost of living is too high. Cost of fertilizer is too high. The big ag gets to pay I pay 10 times more than big ag pays for fertilizer. How can I compete with big agriculture? I'm a family farm. And therefore I can't afford to pay for my kids' early childhood care. There's not another thing, they close in hospitals in rural areas. There's not a hospital. If someone gets sick, we gotta go 50 minutes. I could be dead. Folks in urban communities, like 911's a joke, it's 50 minutes for them to get here. I could be dead, right? So the issues are the same. Folks we have to figure out conduit ways to communicate. And I'd love, as an example, to get recommendations about how to do that. Because I will be going to all 83 counties, traveling all over the state. So since I'm doing that, meeting with all different cohorts of people, how can I start to begin to sow those commonalities and figure out how? Please give me a suggestion. I'm not saying I have the answer because I don't. So I'd love to hear from you.
Bill, it is such an honor to meet you, and really proud of the fact that you came to Detroit. My name is Ronnie Martin, everyone. It is, again, I am so, okay, Ronnie, calm down. I'm excited, I'm honored. But I'm so excited because, even with the Obama campaign, the one thing that still stands out is we are the change that we seek and that we need. Now, the first question that I have for you is, how do we get on your email list and your mailing list to help support your campaign? That's the first question. The second thing is, I'd like to become a part of any business task force that you may have. I have a lot of ideas. I even tried to pitch a few to the governor, and they were excited about what I proposed, but they weren't open to even listening to how to go about doing it. I've just been given some God-given ideas that can generate money for everybody. I need someone that I can show how to do this because we can help solve our own problems. We just need the ideas. I have some. And so I'd like to become a part of just supporting what you're trying to do. And thank you again for helping not only Detroit, but Michigan. Thank you.
So we have different verticals in the campaign. We want to work. Rick Blocker, raise your hand. I think hopefully you have signature petitions with you as well as sign-ups. So you have sign-ups, do you have signature petitions? Okay, I'm looking for a new staffer. You would have brought the signature petitions, wouldn't you? Okay, So Rick, every time we go someplace, we need to have the signature petitions with us and sign-up sheets. And why is that so important? It means I have to collect 30,000 signatures in the next 180 days. There's a window. So I don't know if there's 40 people in here, there's potentially 40 signatures that we just left off the table. So we can't do that. And we have to hold each other accountable to be excellent. Because we will not win this if we're not excellent. We can't. Because the establishment has too much money and too much force. So we have to be perfect. Okay? So that's just a general point. So how can you get involved? Number one, there's a sign-up sheet there that will take your email. Number two, there should be multiple points of contact. So there's a Facebook group that was put together by one of my friends, senior advisors, associates. You're on the Facebook group. So that's another way to stay in touch. Another way is something that I hopefully will be funding to plan to launch, which is a C4, a nonprofit C4. And Rick, you will start passing it around too. Start passing that around. Thank you. And so I know Rick's gonna be mad at me, but again, it's not gonna happen again. We know that. So start passing that around, and please sign your name, put your email address in there, and then we can reach out to you. And so we don't miss you as far as signatures. if you're willing to either collect signatures from your community and cohort, we can get you a signature page. And there's usually, I think there's about 10 or 12 lines on each signature page. If you say, Hill, I can do 20, we'll get you those. Because getting to 30,000 is not easy.
Yeah.
In 6 months. And that's why, you're not actually a candidate till you're on the ballot.
Right.
So people keep saying, who's running, who's not running? The only people that are going to be running are the people that actually make the ballot. And so, and that's real talk. And 15,000 valid signatures, of which all of which will be challenged. If someone misspells their name, if someone puts an address that's invalid, if someone, you can't read it, it's not legible, they'll throw each and every one out. That's why I got to turn in 30,000 to get to 15, because I know they're going to challenge every one, and you want to make it indefensible. You want to get to a point where they keep, if they're not eliminating every two, they'll get to a point where they say, well, listen, he's going to hit the 15,000, right? And so we need that. So all that's to say, I'm going to start a C4, which is a nonprofit, 501c4.